So today I've got 3 different gadgets to show you, and each one of them is under $10. It is the budget episode for every single one of you that leaves that comment, that top comment. Lou, show us something affordable. Because sometimes, it gets kind of carried away on the channel. It's like, here's a smartphone. It's 20 grand. No, 3 gadgets, all cool, all under $10. So number 1, fresh off of Kickstarter from a company called Trilobee. They say it is the first 3-in-1 magnetic cable for iPhone and Android. It can charge an iPhone, it can charge an Android phone. If your phone supports it, it can charge one phone from another phone. It's getting all... But then on top of it, it's got a magnetic connector that you can leave inserted in your device, and then kind of like the old MagSafe connector that you used to have on MacBooks, you can use that but on your phone. Now I think the early bird on Kickstarter was around $6 for this. It's $8 now. $8. And here is the little magnetic adapter in there as well. You have a full-size USB connector, but then it can fold down, and all of a sudden you have micro USB. On the other end, you've got this termination point. So then this guy goes in here, and now that connector right there is lightning or micro. Holy smokes. Okay, so now I'm starting to understand what's going on here. So basically, this end will always connect to the last device, to the device on the end of the chain. Then this one will either go into a brick, power brick, to charge that device up. But if you want to go phone to phone action, that's when you fold this down. Now all of a sudden, you can use an Android device to charge up an iPhone, or an Android device to charge up another Android device. So this tip here is meant to be permanently installed. Jack, can you pick that up? That's tiny, look at it. Galaxy S7. Let's see how this fits in here. On the Android side, it would be like that. Now, I don't know if you're gonna leave that permanently installed because it pokes out a bit still. On an iPhone though, it fits flush. Hey! Oh! Let's say that's low power, 20% power. Let's say I fold this end down and I grab that same S7 and I'll just plug this in right here. You can see it says select an application for the USB device, triggers the OTG aspect, but then the iPhone is charging. So the iPhone is now taking juice from the Galaxy S7. The top micro USB part, it fits into the USB connector in the empty space just above it, like this. And now it's just like any other iPhone cable. So this end will plug in to the wall. See, we've got the green light on there. Boom. Share the love. Share the juice. Take a sip of Android, iPhone. It'll only hurt a bit. All right, so next up, we've got this little guy right here. Now this one I think is $6 or $7 from a company called Remo. It'll go into the headphone jack on your device. Now granted, if you've got an iPhone 7, and this little tiny thing will fit in there and give you control over various TVs, set-top boxes. You could have this thing installed in your phone. You'd be at a sports bar or something and put whatever you want to watch on the TV. This was also on Kickstarter, but it was successfully funded. And you can see on the back here, there's an app that goes along with it. Look how tiny that thing is. Holy smokes. This kind of reminds me of that button that you could add to Android. You remember that? So the devices it can control have to have an infrared input, but again, that's like most cable boxes, most TVs. It'll go right in the headphone jack right there. So let's try this out. Fingertip or Zaza remote from App Store. So there's some options there. It's called Fingertip. I'm gonna try to add a remote here, and like, look at that. No matter what brand you got, some of these brands I never even heard of, so I'm just gonna search for LG. I don't know, let's try it. Let's see here. Oh wait, I'm pointing it the wrong way. Okay, so the Discovery here, it does work, and it was easy to set up. It was just the first LG TV preset, but the issue is the range. Gosh, I don't know, what is this, 50 feet away? This works on my particular TV up to about 12 feet, at which point it no longer grabs the signal. I don't know how big of an issue that is because most people's spaces are not as big as this one here. And then at the end of the day, the thing is like $6 or $7. So calm down. All right, next up, we got this little guy here. This one is $5, I think, and it's called the MagnaBand. It is a smartphone macro lens. It'll give you a 4 times magnification. If you're not familiar with macro, this is like the ability to take pictures of incredibly small things, like beyond how your human eye would be able to interpret something, like a bug or individual seeds. There are a lot of lens adapters on the market. Very few of them are $5. You wouldn't even notice if that thing was in your pocket. This one has the camera in the top corner here, so let's just see how this guy slides on there. Kind of fits over top. See how it's all weird and blurry, but then, ooh, that's weird. Oh, if you're not into eyeballs, I apologize. Look at that. This stuff is always cool to me. Macro photography, it's popular in like nature stuff. You can get really close, get a different perspective on it. How about this Perrier cap? It's up to you and your creativity, but it's a simple little thing which is easy to put on and easy to use. Here's a 7 Plus. Works on a 7 Plus as well. Let's try it actually on the zoom lens. Oh my goodness. You're even closer at this point. The individual pixels on the print there. So this thing is even better on a 7 Plus. All right, so there you have it. 3 cool gadgets under $10. The crazy, amazing 3-in-1 cable, which seemed like more than 3-in-1 in terms of all the different things that it could do. And then we also had the infrared transmitter, IR blaster, turn on and off any TV, switch channels. And then lastly, this cool little macro lens band, which is universal. This will really work with any phone that would fit in there. $5, $8, $6. Look at that. Don't ever tell me again that I don't have love for the value shoppers out there. That's 3 things under 10. Maybe we'll make it a series.